What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another PGA 2K21 tutorial video. I was a little reluctant on making this video just because I still don't have a foolproof method of getting perfect tempo. I also don't have a foolproof method of getting decent tempo across all consoles. But what I can give you are just things that helped me get my tempo at least somewhat consistently around a perfect within my golf game. Hopefully these tips work for you. They might not, and if they don't, my apologies. I don't think I'm going to be able to give, at least not right now with all the time I've put in. I have not found a way to get consistent perfects in this game. There's always, a slight fast or a slight slow. But for me, I can get it at least close to the middle, probably about 90% of the time. Well, let's get down to the nitty gritty. When it comes to tempo this year, I have found that a timing method has worked best for me. And what I mean by that, even though timing is gone for the backswing in 2K21, there is still a timing for your swing to help you stay consistent. Now, in order for this timing method to work, you do need to pull the stick all the way back from the beginning. I have seen some people try to pull it back slower. I can never get my tempo consistent. If you can, continue to do that. I have had problems pulling the stick back slower, trying to go, some people are trying to get that 100% every time. With this method, you are pulling the stick all the way to the back of the housing. You are doing the fastest backswing that you possibly can and getting 100 or 101% power every single time. That is what you're shooting for. On shots over 101, at least for me, I'm a little bit behind on my timed rhythm that I have, which in turn will make me slow my shots. At least for me, when I go over 101, I usually slow them. Complete opposite for if I'm under the 100 target that I have. Usually if I'm under the 100 target, 98, 97% swing power, I normally am very much ahead of my rhythm, which in turn will make me fast a lot of my shots. So you're wanting to keep in that 100 to 101% power just to keep that consistency rhythm down in your shot. So the timing method that I use is I count it out. I go 1, 2, 3. This is actually a method that was given to me by another one of the preview creators, Victory Lane Sports. He said that it actually helped him, and I've been using it ever since. You go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you find where that is for you. So like 1, 2, 3. 1 is the start of your backswing. You say 1 when you start it. 2 is when you're about halfway. And then 3 is when you get to that 100 to 101% power. And when you hit 3, counting it out, you start your downswing. That's to just keep the rhythm of your swing consistent, because that is half the battle. Getting the rhythm of your swing consistent. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And just matching that on the backswing and on the downswing. 1, 2, 3. So you just come in here, you do it on the course too, and just count it on your head to get that consistency down. 100 to 101% is what you're looking for. 1, 2, 3. Just continue to do that same exact shot. 1, 2, 3. We're a little off that time, but it's still in the center or near the center. Also, a good key with tempo is to pick irons that have forgiveness. Just pick some irons that have a higher forgiveness. That's what I've started to do. I've started to pick some irons that have a higher forgiveness. That's a big burden lifted off of your shoulder. Because as you see here, the white section for your tempo, this is a master swing difficulty. The white's bigger, but also the gray is bigger. And the gray part is probably one of the biggest parts, because that makes it so that if you do fast it, it's not as bad, and if you do slow it, it's not as bad either. When you get into the red, that's when you really start to hook the ball and really start to slice the ball. So just get some irons that have higher forgiveness for you. Like if you look at my driver, like that's my driver. This has the lowest forgiveness, I believe, out of all the drivers. So for something like this, if you're not perfect, you're going to be hooking it and slicing it a ton. But for me, what's helped is just getting a timing down, counting it out in my head. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Another option you can do is you pull it all the way back, and when you get to the top of your animation, completing the swing. That's another timing method that you can use. For me, I haven't been able to get that as consistently, but I know some people have had some success with it. Pull it all the way back. Wait till you get to the very tip top of the animation, because when you get to the top and it starts to slow down, that's when you're overpowering the shot. So you can look at your golfer, look at when it's at the top of the animation, and you can use that as a timing method for your shot as well. So when it comes to tempo, that's really how I have done it. Using a timing method pretty much in my brain, I'll essentially count out 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'll keep that same exact tempo on my backswing and my downswing. At the end of the day, I think what it comes down to, and what a lot of people have said, is just one day the tempo clicks in your brain. And I think that that is what has occurred for me. I have been getting some pretty good consistent perfects in my rounds that I've been shooting. And it was just one day, it just clicked. But what helped me get there was getting a timing method in my brain to get that same consistent swing every single time. And then from there, you can work on how fast you're doing or performing your downswing. But if you get that consistency in your mind of pulling back, going forward at that same exact speed, that's going to help you out on the golf course. At least it did for me starting out, because it was a mess when I was starting out. If you watched any of my earlier videos, ton of Army golf going all over the place, hooking to slicing to hooking to slicing, constantly trying to fix it and then overcorrecting, and it was just an absolute nightmare. But for me, a little bit of a timing method took me a long ways. If I find a method that gives me a perfect consistently, I will share that with you. For now, though, you can try a little bit of a timing method, see if that maybe helps improve your game, or at least helps you get towards the middle and mitigate those red fast and red slows. So that is tempo in a nutshell. That's all I've got. I wanted to just share this in the hopes of helping somebody out there with their tempo. Hopefully it helps you. Let me know if it does in the comments. If you did enjoy this video too, make sure to leave a like on the video or think about subscribing to the channel, or 2K21 tutorials coming. TGC Tours is in full effect now, so we're going to be having some of that content, some career mode content, tons of 2K21 content coming, so be on the lookout for more. I also stream live over at twitch.tv/RespawnsTV Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday starting at 4 p.m. Eastern. If you're interested, hop on over. Catch the live side of things. I hope you have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Deuces.